Hello everyone, it's been a minute and I understand no excuse is tenable, but in my defense I have been trying to do deep work and that should give you a hint on the book I'll be reviewing today. The hypothesis of this book is that the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare. At the exact same time, it's becoming increasingly valuable in our economy. As a consequence, the few who cultivate this skill and then make it the core of their working life will thrive. What exactly is this deep work? What is deep work? You might want to ask yourself. And the core idea of deep work is focused, uninterrupted work that pushes your cognitive capabilities to their limits, creating high value results. In a world where various things are clamoring for our attention all at the same time, and rightly so, Carl, the author of this book, has some relatable, actionable, and practical steps on how to gain depth. And just so we are clear, the book I'll be reviewing today is Deep Work by Cal Newport. Some of the practical steps to apply, or some of the practical steps that he generously shared in this book includes: the first is to schedule deep work blocks. So you block 1 to 3 hours. Maybe when you resume work by 8, you block the first 3 hours for distraction-free work. You label it on your calendar. Example, deep work, strategic report writing, ERMC report, whatever it is that you have to prioritize at that moment, visibly on your calendar, and with a conscious effort, you just schedule that work block and just follow through with it. The next is to work in intervals, still the time blocking technique, but in this case, you'll be using the Pomodoro technique, 20 to 15 minutes deep focus, and then 5 to 10 minutes break, or you could go for longer stretches if you are advanced. The next is to ruthlessly, underline the word, ruthlessly eliminate distraction. Turn off notifications. I'm sitting pretty on this table. Put phone in another room. Use website blockers. Just as much as possible, eliminate anything that even has the similitude of a distraction. The next is to set a shutdown ritual. So you end your day with a clear routine. Example, you review tomorrow's plan, you close your laptop, you walk away, you literally log off, go and have a good night rest and come back refreshed tomorrow. And this improves your work-life balance and your focus, and it helps you to even prioritize family, friends, just have a balanced life at the end of the day. Next is to train your focus muscle. Read difficult materials without skimming. Practice productive meditation. Think deeply while doing a physical task like walking. When I see something and I want to read it, I skim through and I'm like, you know what, later I'm going to do this in-depth research or read more, and it doesn't work. So train yourself to, be disciplined enough to focus at the time when you have something you need to do. Just nip it in the bud. Don't procrastinate. The sixth point is to make shallow work visible. Audit your week. How many hours went to shallow versus deep work? Cut or batch shallow work. Example, emails once a day. You could, although you have to strike a balance so that you're not missing out things that are important. But what I'm trying to say, or what Carl has suggested here, is to just give time for everything. So if you want to attend to emails at a stretch in 30 minutes, just give that time. Do that and then go on to the next work so that you're not interrupting that time that you have set aside at first for the deep work that you wanted to achieve. Interestingly, there's a session in this book towards the end of the second chapter, if I recall correctly, that stands out, which is what about Jack Dorsey? In deep work, in this book, Cal Newport references Jack Dorsey, and he's particularly during the time he was CEO of both Twitter and Square, to illustrate a non-example of deep work. So Dorsey at that time was reportedly filled with back-to-back meetings and frequent email activities with little time for uninterrupted concentration. Just so that we are clear, Jack Dorsey is an outlier, a rare example of someone who succeeds with deep work despite a distracting environment. Not because of the distracting environment, but despite a distracting environment. His case reinforces Cal Newport's point. Deep work is a skill that must be cultivated intentionally. With the right system, even the busiest people can achieve it. And just to put it out there, Jack Dorsey was a CEO, meaning he was pretty much high level. He was one of those executives that I wouldn't say didn't need deep work, but I think if I understand what Carl was trying to communicate, he had paid his dues in full. He had put in the work in his younger years, and now it's just pretty much consolidating things, ideas from other people who are doing deep work. So just so that we are clear on that. And we dare not say that the quality of Jack Dorsey's work is shallow, because I mean, he had amazing results and he was well sought out for. And this goes to show that yes, there are a few exceptions and nothing is cast in stone. However, it is statistically proven that the way to achieve depth and get a lot of work done in a short time is if we tone down the noise and shut a few things out. The key takeaway is, just so that we recap and to reiterate, shallow work is dangerous. Constant context switching, emailing, meetings, social media reduces your ability to focus and produce quality outputs. Attention is a skill. Deep work isn't just a preference, it's a skill you must train and you must learn how to have. Lastly, deep work's hypothesis is that the ability to perform deep work is increasingly rare and valuable in our economy today, regardless of the increasing amount of distraction and things that are clamoring for our attention. I'll definitely recommend this book to any and everyone, and I would gladly share if only you would ask. Until I come your way next time, I remain your favorite girl, actually, Miriam, aka Chelz. Hopefully it's not in December. Adios. Please watch my previous book review videos and just reach out to me if there are any suggestions or any other things, content, kind of books you would like me to read, review, and put out there. I appreciate you spending time with me today. Peace out.